What is the address of the emergency?
Hi, I just drove on North Hudson Street in Chester, and
Okay.
I just saw a body on the side of the road. I'm not sure if it was I drove past it twice.
Okay, slow down now. Tell me exactly what happened.
It looked just like a pile of clothes, but as I got closer, I saw shoes, and I think it was a person.
I'm going to have him over there as soon as possible.
Two patrol units, they come up onto the scene. And right away, they realize this is a person that's been bound up and is obviously bloody.
His arms were tied and bound behind his back, and his feet were also bound and tied. He was unconscious and his breathing was very labored. The officers noticed several bruises and contusions to his face. It was about 15 degrees. It was freezing. He had a jacket, his jeans or pants, and he didn't have shoes on. Officers called for an ambulance and he was immediately rushed to the hospital.
We knew his name was Michael Partridge. We knew that he was a resident of Chester. He's got a family. He's got a grandfather. He's got a mother. He's got a child.
He was left on the side of the road in the middle of winter, essentially hogtied, and just left for dead.
Family members mentioned Courtney Clemenza as being Michael's girlfriend. Courtney lives with her mother, Regina Clemenza.
We went to the residence and we made contact with Regina, and Courtney Clemenza is not at home. We advised her that Michael Partridge was found assaulted. Regina said that she had a text conversation with Courtney earlier that night about Michael Partridge.
This text exchange is the first real lead on how this happened. Courtney says he got his ass kicked. Regina responds, "Did he? By who?" Courtney responds, "Bobby. He broke his ankle ribs. I saw his blood squirting while he cried, 'Bobby, stop.'"
Based on the text messages, Courtney has witnessed a brutal assault of Michael Partridge at the hands of a specific person she referred to as Bobby.
Seat right there, Gene. I'm gonna sit here. What did you hear exactly happened?
I hear somebody doing a beating.
Who did you hear through him a beating?
I guess her friend Bobby.
Who'd you hear this from?
Courtney.
Courtney told you
I
this.
didn't hear it, she texted him.
What did she say specifically happened to him?
He got him good in his ankles and his ribs, I think that's what he said.
The person who got him good was...
But I think it was Bobby.
If Courtney's not home, where would she be?
Bobby and Seth's house.
From Regina Clemenza, we get the name Seth Pelsang and Robert Haskell. Courtney is hanging out with them that night.
Have a seat, Courtney.
I want to take that chair, if you wouldn't mind. Desk here. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead and say whatever you need to say. Me and Courtney were sitting down in the living room, and obviously we were watching TV and eating, like, macaroni and cheese and everything, and all of a sudden we heard a big bang from outside, and we were like, what the hell? It was Mike. He had a gun. He took the shotgun and he shot through the front door of the house. He came right in with that shotgun loaded, and he started chasing us up the stairs. And I ran into my room, and I opened my door, and I saw there was a guy that stays across the hall from me he had him like pinned down, had him, like subdued or whatever. And then Bobby just started hitting him with the bat. I thought to like subdue him at first, He slid him down the stairs and then brought him outside. So then they got a tarp, put it in the back seat, and put Mike in there. And Bobby made us go with him and drop him off like over by his house. Okay. Sit tight for me for a second.
He's willing to tell us that he saw Rob strike Michael with a baseball bat. And that's a big piece of the puzzle. Now we have Seth's version of events to compare to the other interviews.
Why did Mike go there tonight in the first place?
Mike was planning to rob him.
Who's him?
Bobby.
Why Bobby?
Because he's got like a big amount of cocaine, a big amount of heroin, and he's got $25,000 of cash in his house at all times.
She admits that there was a pre-planned robbery that was supposed to take place.
Robert is known to be a drug dealer. Michael was struggling with an addiction. He had no money.
He's like, I have no more fight in me. And like, he just was broken down, he was crying, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. She was like, no, if I could get that cash, like, that would be, that would just get us set. We could get an apartment, we could get a car. So he was kind of like, the wheels were turning.
Okay.
We were gonna make a plan, like...
What was the plan gonna be?
Like, he asked me where the rooms were, so I told him the placement of the rooms.
Did you write them down? Did you?
Yeah. It was a map of, like, the house. It was kind of like a layout of the house.
She admits she drew a map that was ultimately located on Michael himself. He had that map. So she's a participant at this point.
You're part of this. And it got out of control.
Yeah.
From you having a conversation with Michael days before he shows up at the house, you have conversations with him about where the drugs are, who holds the drugs, how much there is, even detail a map to him.
They were not supposed to be in the house.
But they were.
So there's certain things that are coming to light, okay, because other people are talking and having conversations, okay? He was tied up, correct? It's a yes? Yes. Okay, all right? Let me ask you a question, right? Who tied him up?
I ain't gonna lie. It was me, man. The reason why he was out of control, man. There's no way in the world I could have just did that and just let him go, so.
Where'd you guys burn him? Now listen, there's
Chester. We took him almost to his grave.
Okay. Now who's we? Listen, I get it, but you gotta, okay. Courtney? Okay, who else? Listen, I know.
So I needed somebody to help me. I know it was wrong, but I just didn't want him over our house after that.
Yeah.
You can see it, his body language. Slumps back down, hand over top of the head. He just completely shuts down.
I don't understand, he pulled the gun out, man. Maybe I was wrong for hitting him with the bat, but I was just...
Anybody else hit him with the bat?
No. It was a situation where we didn't know what the happened.
Right.
He came there. He came there.
Right.
And he had a gun. I mean, he had a gun, man.
I can say without a doubt at that point, he's not walking out the door.
So all three of you drive him out to a roadway, set him on the roadway in the slush, the snow, the ice, and the cold, bound so he can't move or walk away, right? and you thought leaving him there was better, right? By your own admission, that was better for him. How is that better for him?
I don't really know. I just
Well,
lost the moment. No, I know.
You know what I'm
Back
saying?
then, it's stupid. I know. I just wanted him away from that house and away from the...
Looking at that interview and watching her, those tears are for Courtney. That's it. Those aren't for Michael. Those are for Courtney.
Through all of that, not once did she ask me how Michael Partridge was doing. Is he okay? Is he alive? Is he being treated for his injuries? None of that.
It solidifies the fact that she has real lack of remorse for what happened to Michael. Beating Michael 30 times with a baseball bat, Bobby is the most culpable. Seth was the most remorseful. He was willing to plead guilty to the manslaughter in the first degree with a sentence of 9 years in state prison. The brutal beating that was inflicted upon Michael was so just tragic because he didn't have to die that night.
If the police were called, Michael would have gotten arrested. He would have received drug abuse assistance, possibly help set him on the right path.
Looking at Michael and at his son, who will now grow up without his father, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
I love you.
I love you.